Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam. So one of question, but there were two questions last time that came together. So I answered one. So the second question, the questioner is asking, we can find in online a lots of halal stock. Is investing in stock market or cryptocurrency permitted in Islam? Jazakallahu khairan. About the stock market, if it's halal, no problem. Ulama give the permission. Right? Make sure it is halal. Right? About the cryptocurrency, I'm going to quote the fatwa of Mufti Taqi Usmani, Hafidhahullah, and I'm satisfied with that. Mufti Taqi Usmani gave a fatwa for now. He's saying is that, I'm quoting, for now we are not satisfied with it. It is mostly being used for speculative purposes. Personally, I won't recommend it. Rather, it seems to be impermissible in principle. However, it could happen that in future, its use may expand for real trade and we might have to revisit the current decision. As for now, according to him and other great ulama, they don't give the permission, but later on, as he's saying, that they will revisit this matter, this issue of cryptocurrency, and they will look it over of that situation. So this is the short part of it. That is sufficient. But as for the stocks, there are plenty of halal stocks. If someone wants to invest in it, they can invest. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam. Inshallah, please make dua to make this holiday pass by without any deeds that goes against Allah's commands. Ameen. Please tell me about Islamic Sharia for the haircut and beard. For the haircut and beard. So, a haircut. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, most of the time he kept hair, right? And there were 3 levels of his hair, depending on the, which Sahabi saw him at what time, right? So hair grows, and sometimes the hair Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to cut. There are 3 levels of his hairs that is mentioned in the ahadith. One is up to the earlobes, and the second was up to the shoulders, and the third is in between, like in the neck. So most of the time of his life he kept hair depending on from here to here, not more than the shoulders. And of course when he performed Hajj or Umrah, he shaved his head. There's a hadith about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Naha anil qaza." Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam prohibited from qaza. What is qaza? Qaza is, nowadays you see young kids cutting their hair, like shave from here in the back and keep the hair from here. It's this weird type of hairs, right? Cutting hair. It's a fashion nowadays. That is what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam prohibited. In Islam is that if you have to cut the hair cut it equally. I mean, equally it means is that there should be not a big difference between the top hair or the sides hair or the back hair. So that is what the Sharia says for the hair. If someone has beautiful hair, they could keep a hair according to the Sunnah. Now a lot of youngsters, they do have hair, long hair, and then they keep it. Allah gave a good hair to you, for you, keep it as a Sunnah. And even though Sunnah is keeping a long hair, it is fine, but have the intention of Sunnah, right? Number one. Number two is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to take care of the hair a lot. He used to groom his hair quite a bit because he used to take care of him, oil his hair, he used to comb it, and he used to wear imama, right? And underneath that imama there was a cloth. So in that way, that cloth will absorb the oil, so that imama doesn't get dirty or oily. So he used to make sure he used to keep his hair quite a bit, in a good way. So if anyone has the hair, that is a blessing. Allah has given beautiful hair. Take care of the hair, right? Wash it properly day to day. Oil it. About the beard, I have mentioned this before about the beard, very in detail. The beard, what is the beard what is the definition of beard? Not generally, but in Islam, what is the definition of the beard? So I mentioned this, is that all the prophets had beard. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had beard, and how long was it? It is mentioned in the seerah that his beard was up to the nahar. This is where the nahar is, right? When you do the nahar with the camel, you sacrifice the camel. You don't put it down; it's standing, and you stab it with a dagger or like a sword in the nahar, here, this place. Just now. And as I mentioned this, in Bukhari it is mentioned, Abdullah ibn Umar radiyallahu anhuma, he used to one fist. If it's longer, he used to cut it, trim it. Right? He used to trim their hair. Not less than one fist. If it's longer, no problem. That is proven from the hadith. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to cut the mustaches and let the beard grow. Right? How much is up to you. That is proven. But according to the action of the Sahaba, like Abdullah ibn Umar, he cut it not more than, and he kept the beard not more than one fist. If it's more than one fist, you just cut it and just trim it. So again, these, the hair that we have or the beard that we have, everything has a right. The body has a right to take care of it. So beard, to take care of the beard, put oil on it, clean it properly, comb it, these things, trim it, right?
But the mustache has to be.
Yes.
Has to be.
They're two. You can say difference of opinion whether shave or trim. They're two different things. So both are correct. Assalamu alaikum Imam Umar wa alaikum assalam. I have following questions, and the questionnaire wants to ask about the Hanafi ruling. Number one, there are three questions that this individual asked. Number one, is there any need to pray qada if someone has started fard salah in time but could not finish it before the time for next salah comes in? So the individual is asking, let's say someone started Allahu Akbar fard salah, because right in between the time ended, let's say for example Maghrib. Someone started Maghrib very late, and you say Allahu Akbar, and he's praying while that Isha starts. Right? So yes, you have to make it up, because the time you did not pray the salah on time. Even though you have started it at that time, but it ended, you have to start the prayer at a time and end it in time. Right? So yes, the prayer is void. You have to pray the Maghrib again. Except for the prayer of Asr. Except for the prayer of Asr. Let's say someone began Asr very late, in that he said Allahu Akbar, and right at that time sun sets. So sunset meaning Maghrib start. You can finish the prayer Asr, that will be valid. Of that day. Not Qadha, not like previous, that day of Asr. The reason, it's, that's not important, but the ulama has mentioned in the book of fiqh that only there's a difference of Asr and Maghrib, but that is okay. Asr can be prayed if, let's say for example, if someone prays late and right in between Asr prayer ends, the time ends, and Maghrib begins, Asr will be valid. But other than other prayers, no. You have to pray again. It will be makruh, of course, but. Number 2, is there any need for a muqtadi to repeat his or her salah if Imam wipes over regular socks for wudu before leading the Jamaat? Very important, very, very valid question. Again, I will repeat. Is there any need for a muqtadi to repeat his or her salah if Imam wipes over regular socks for wudu before leading the Jamaat? Now, I did mention about the socks, the wiping over the socks. I mentioned it in detail. According to the 4 A'immah Kiram, the great Imams, Imam Abu Hanifa, Imam Malik, Imam Shafi'i, and Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal rahimahumullah, there is no difference of opinion amongst them. They say that you can wipe over the socks, only those socks that are leather or they are thick enough that water doesn't absorb. The water doesn't go in. There is no difference of opinion. Yes, I can, there are some ulama in very, very, it's a weak opinion. But let's say, for example, if someone follows that opinion and does it in his life or her life, his life, because Imam, as a man, he's going to be leading the prayers. First of all, anyone who's leading a salah, a prayer, should consider about the muqtadi. This is very important. If I am an imam, and if I follow a certain madhab or a certain, let's say for example, opinion that go against other opinions or other fiqhi masala, I'm not talking about afzal or ghair afzal, what is more rewarding, what is less rewarding. I'm talking about jaiz, not jaiz. I'm talking about permissibility or impermissibility. According to the 4 A'immah Kiram, you cannot do masa on irregular socks. There should be certain socks. If they say you do it on a regular sock, the wudu is not accepted, will not be fulfilled. Once the wudu is not fulfilled, then the salah will not be fulfilled. It's very important, it's very sensitive. If anyone, I can respect the opinion of someone else who's doing it, but if he's doing it individually, privately, whatever, that's his life, that's his opinion, whatever that individual wants to follow, that will follow, no problem. But once that individual knows that I'm going to be leading the prayer, there are so many behind you, those people who do not believe in this. And Imam has to be trustworthy. It's very important. Imam knows that there are followers behind me who do not believe in this opinion, and they believe that if someone does it, their wudu is not accepted. And being an Imam, you have to be very, very careful about these things. If I do it in regular and I know that I'm going to be leading a Jamaat, I will not be doing it. Well, I will be washing the feet, because if I'm praying alone, But there are so many people behind. We need to be very careful about these issues, because this is an issue about permissibility or impermissibility. So whatever you do, I mean, I can understand, I can respect whatever someone is doing. I'm not going to say you're doing haram and you're going to go into Jahannam or something like that. Na'udhu billah. No, not like that. There's an opinion, that is fine. But once you are standing in this and leading people behind, you need to be very careful that, look, I'm not talking about Ameen out loud or low, or Raf'ul Yadain or no. That is permissible. That is afzal, ghair afzal masala. If someone does it, salah will be accepted. Doesn't do it, salah will be accepted, no problem. But in this matter of masha, it is a very serious matter about whether the wudu is completed or not completed. Right? So if someone is an imam and doing that, should abstain from it and knows that if I'm going to be leading, there are so many people who do not accept this opinion, so the imam should be washing the feet or have those socks, buy those socks. You can buy them, right? Waterproof. It doesn't have to be leather, they're waterproof. Buy those socks, and if you want to do the masa, just do the masa on them, but not with the regular socks. Stay away from it. Number 3, what are differences in rulings? I think that's it. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.